Mum and I are going to read The Kiss of Life, which a short story that Ruth wrote for inclusion in a book about the relationships between doctors and patients. As the day grows autumnally shorter and the weeks draw on, work winds its normal course through the eclectic humdrum life of the practice. The late call comes in as surgery is due to start. It's urgent and it's only round the corner, so Gladstone medically bagged, drugged and hassle-laden, I hasten round. Mrs. Smith is unwell. Let me be clearer, she's stopped breathing and is crumpled in her armchair with only the gas fire out to keep her warm. The house seems full of friends and relatives rallying round distressed at her plight. They cannot watch, they cannot leave, so they hover in the doorway. And so to work. There is just barely room for her between the chair, the fire and me. It's time to remember your ABC. A is for airway, remove false teeth. B is for breathing, absent. C is for circulation, no pulse. Seizing control, I command her son to phone the ambulance, 999 with blue lights and sirens blaring. It's time for resuscitation. A precordial thump, a sharp blow to the sternum and mouth-to-mouth yield no response. So, professionally, I get into the steady rhythm of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and sternal compression. Breaths, chest, nothing. The distress of the family rises to hysterical proportions. Luckily, the paramedics arrive. They have all the gear, the airway, the bag and mask, the defibrillator. Her airway becomes protected. Her ventricular fibrillation is shocked. We can have taken her alive and breathing Mrs. Smith into hospital with us. We are met in the accident and emergency department by the full crash team who ooze efficiency. So you claim she arrested, do you?
The cyclical nature of the working day is reassuring in its repetition. Morning surgery, visits. Evening surgery, visits. It's a common and predictable course, day in, day out. A tale of familiar patients with unremarkable stories. Why does the late call always come as surgery is about to start? I'm going to end up running late and being irritable, and the waiting patients will be cross. There's probably nothing wrong with her anyway. But Mrs. Smith isn't well. She's arrested. This is a far cry from the cleanly white, clinically detached hospital world. I've nothing with me. Not an airway, not suction, no monitor, nurse, anaesthetist. Raw and exposed under the begging eyes of her relatives, I have no choice but to act. Now, what to do first? A for airway. She looks a bit like my gran without her teeth in. B, no, she's not breathing. C, I'm not going to be able to avoid this domestic resuscitation. I hope my nights in the flashing white charger arrive soon. Mouth to mouth. Her lips are warm and soft, her face is smooth and downy. I'm kissing my Nana goodnight, but this is so much more intimate than a peck on the cheek. I'm trying to kiss Mrs. Smith back to life, like the prince did to Sleeping Beauty. It's so intimate, too intimate. The paramedics arrive and turn the physical closeness into clinical detachment. I still smell the powder of her cheek on mine. I still sense the silkiness of the lips, and I touch mine to check how they feel.